Hi guys! Today I want to tell you about blood oranges, and I'm gonna tell you about them because I'm a sucker for beautiful food. So I'm a sucker for things that look really pretty, and I've been seeing these blood oranges all over the internet lately, well, because they're in season at the moment, and I just had to get myself some to see if they really are the way they are on all of those pictures. So if they really have the beautiful color, and also I wanted to try and make something with them and see how the color of the blood orange stays in the food that you make. So I have some blood oranges here. I have some other citrus fruits as well because it's the season now, but I have two here. Actually, they might look as regular oranges. You wouldn't even know without looking inside. Some of them have a nice red color on the peel as well, but I used all of those for the cake. So we are going to see how this one looks inside. So you see already, that looks really red. And it has a really beautiful color on the inside. And like I showed you, the ones that I had, they had no red on the skin. And what I noticed, actually, I don't know if this is true or it just was the case with mine, but all of those that didn't have any red bits on the skin, they were not as red as the other ones that had some red on the skin. So if some of you know for sure, please let me know if that's the case. So they are more red inside if they have some red on the outside. You can see in the video that follows with the recipe how the rest of the blood oranges that I used looked on the inside, but still you can see the beautiful color. There's some red on the fruit, and also you can see the juice. It's not orange, but it's this I don't know, it's not really red, but it's kind of pinkish red, and it's really gorgeous. I really love the color of these fruits. And the first idea that I had was to make a cake and make an icing using the juice from the blood oranges. And so I made this coconut cake with blood orange. And there's no food coloring, so all of the beautiful pink in the icing is from the blood orange juice. I don't know about you, but I really love it. So we have a soft coconut sponge with some blood orange syrup and blood orange glaze. First we are going to make the blood orange syrup, and for that you will need some freshly pressed blood orange juice. Then you want to add the juice and the sugar into a small pot and heat it over medium heat until all of the sugar has melted. Also, I would suggest that you sieve the juice so that you don't get any of the seeds or too much of the pulp in the syrup. Here you can see all of the sugar has melted, so the syrup is ready. You don't want to boil it or heat it for too long, just until the sugar is melted. Then remove it from the heat and leave aside to cool. Now we are going to prepare the coconut cake. For that you want to add the eggs and the sugar into a medium bowl and whisk with a hand mixer for about 5 minutes until the egg and sugar mix becomes pale. You can also test whether you've whisked the eggs long enough by drawing, for example, an 8 on top, and if it stays for a couple of seconds, then the mix is ready. Then you want to add the coconut oil and the yogurt. Now whisk again shortly until everything has combined. Then combine the flour and the baking powder and sift that into the wet ingredients. This also adds some airiness to the cake. Then you can also add the shredded coconut and start folding in the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. You want to fold everything in until you have a nice and smooth batter. Then butter the cake tin well with some coconut oil and transfer the batter into the cake tin. To make sure that the sides don't bake too fast, I'm also adding a bit of aluminium foil around the cake tin. This will ensure that the sides don't get too brown or don't burn. The link to the complete recipe and the baking instructions can be found below in the description box. Once the cake is baked, you want to remove it from the oven and remove the aluminium foil. Allow it to cool for about 5 to 10 minutes and then pierce the top of the cake with a wooden skewer, like I'm doing here. Then take the cooled syrup and start brushing the top of the cake with the syrup. You can either do that with a spoon or with this kind of a brush. When you're soaking the cake, if it looks like there is too much of the syrup, it hasn't been soaked into the cake, then leave it for a couple of minutes and then come back and brush some more. So you can do this in intervals, and actually I did that. So I brushed the cake, I think 4 or 5 times until I used all of the syrup. Then you want to leave the cake to cool completely before removing the cake ring. Now that the cake is cool, we are going to prepare the icing. For that you will need some icing sugar and some more blood orange juice. We're adding a little by little of the blood orange juice into the icing sugar to get the right consistency. At the end, you want your icing to have this kind of consistency so that it's pourable, but it's not too liquidy, because then it will just drip off the cake and you will have no icing on the cake. So you want it to be just so that it's spreadable, but not more than that. And now that our icing is ready, we are going to spread it on top of our cooled cake. If you want, you can then also decorate the cake with some fresh fruit, but I only suggest to do this if you're going to eat the cake on the same day. Otherwise, you would want to candy the blood orange and only then use it to decorate the cake. And then you just need a cup of tea or coffee and you can enjoy your cake. I hope you like this blood orange coconut cake, and if you did, please don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe for some more delicious recipes. And there will be some more blood orange recipes coming soon. Thank you for watching my video. Bye bye until next time.